So I'm sitting here at the Dairy Dan in Plymouth, Michigan, because it's sunny and it's 45 degrees out. After all the weather that we've had to endure of just unpredictable 12 inches of snow here in southeast Michigan. I know others will be thinking, oh, that's barely anything. Well, if you live in like Idaho or something, well, like I have some relatives out there, they're used to a bunch of snow. I'm like, you know what, that's fine. But sometimes a person just wants to just get on camera and just rant about stuff. Vitamin D is what is produced by the sun. Now, it's going to hit your epidermis, which contains venules and capillaries and arterioles, okay? And that's what enriches the hemoglobin inside your blood, and then it goes to the aorta and everything else, and just makes you feel more alive, you know? The ventricle and whatever part of the heart that there is, I forgot. And it needs a certain amount of action called capillary exchange. I think like 73. What was it? I'm trying to remember. But anyway, the sun just makes you feel better. I said, you know what? I don't think I've ever really done a rant video in a while. Just here just to buzz about whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Well, ever since the sun's been out, everyone's been a lot more positive. Just wanting to get out, you know? There's a word, glib. This means that you, like, on the surface you look very fine, but underneath you are more fake. You're more fake than pro wrestling. Yeah, GLIB. And oh boy, do I have a future video coming regarding that. It may be one of the most controversial. It may even ignite a flame war. I don't know. I just have the rudimentary idea inside my head. Convenience, convenience, convenience. Yes, it's good for streaming. Yes, it's good for stuff, but all this instant gratification garbage, I don't even know how it came to be. But seriously though, this malarkey just needs to just go the way of the dodo bird. It's repulsive. All these people looking up to celebrities and stuff like that. Now, there is a massive, massive difference about this. Let's go with those who have integrity and don't. I trust the word of celebrities who know how to use their fame and who don't just do it for publicity appearances. Now, I'm going to mention Jim Florentine. This is a New York-based comedian who, for the first 4 years of his life, you know, he grew up there. There are strip clubs, like, I think, like, what did he say? Like, in 8 miles, there was like one for every mile. These strip clubs, gentlemen clubs, whatever you want to call it. And this was the extreme stuff. He grew up, as he quoted, white trash or whatever you want to call it. He did 4 years of landscaping. I did landscaping, so I can relate. And he just stay off of social media. Your life will be a lot better. And I've learned from that. And I've integrated that in my mind. Like, yeah, you just post here and there. But if you just look at someone like the Kardashians and your whole life just revolves around that vanity, just at least admit that's what you are, and like just have it as one facet of your personality. But if that's all that you do, where you just do it for clickbait and titles, I'm sorry, but you're just vain and superficial. That's it. It has to be said. Oof. It's just frustrating. I think people need to listen to the song Grand Illusion by 6 Feet. Which, unfortunately, if I were to stop this video, because I don't have the lyrics memorized, if I were to stop this video, then that means that I would have to pause it and just look it up. It's real poignant, and a lot of people need to listen to that stuff more. Generally, I don't even like ranting about like this, but it's just repugnant. It just frustrates me. Am I old school? Maybe to a degree, but even now, At least I'll admit that I am. Just look up Quagmire Hates Brian Griffin on YouTube, and you'll get the idea of what I mean of having integrity about yourself versus just being just like what you want to be. And it's just exactly that's. I could forgive all that if you just weren't such a bore. Glenn Quagmire says. So I don't know. I'm just ranting, raving, just about whatever I want. I'm a lot more mellow. I'm not a pacifist, but let's just say I've had situations in the past where people are trying to enforce certain massive things on me, politics, religion, stuff like that, and well, that's when I became obstinate to a massive degree. I'm not going to go into details as to what, but when you just enforce it so much, when you're like the mom in the original Carrie movie, that's someone you just have no association with. And if you do, but if you eventually do want to reconcile with someone in the past, just be like, okay, we agree to not talk about this topic, and you just move on. You just talk about cats. You talk about ice cream. That's how Lennon and McCartney kind of repaired their relationship. What was it? McCartney and Harrison, whatever. Just it's right there. And so yeah, just talk about stuff and just be like, okay, you know what? We have our differences. Let's just agree to not mention them. You just do that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just sitting here ranting and just see what happens. So anyway, take care. Rock on.